Hello friends, my name is Aditya Jain from the YouTube channel Simple Neat Points. Today I am going to discuss with you pituitary gland. It is an important topic of endocrine system. Before starting the video, I would request all my viewers to like the video and subscribe the channel. So these are the topics covered in the pituitary glands video. So let's start. This is NCERT diagram of pituitary gland. This blue part is the hypothalamus. It has two star-like structures. These are hypothalamic neurons. This is the portal circulation, which is the hypophyseal portal circulation. This is anterior pituitary, which is about 75%, and this is posterior pituitary, which is about 25%. Location of pituitary gland. It is located in sphenoid bone of skull, and in a sphenoid bone there is a depression, and this depression is known as sella turcica, and in sella turcica pituitary gland is located. Pituitary gland is ectodermal in origin, and the middle part of hypothalamus is attached to pituitary gland by a stalk which is known as infundibulum. Anterior pituitary, also known as adenohypophysis, it has anterior lobe and middle lobe. Anterior lobe is known as pars distalis and middle lobe is known as pars intermedia. Posterior lobe, posterior pituitary, it is also known as neurohypophysis and it consists of infundibulum and posterior lobe. The posterior lobe is known as pars nervosa. And what is posterior lobe? The infundibulum, which is the stalk. The terminal part of the infundibulum is bulged out and it is known as posterior lobe. So the infundibulum and its bulged out part, that is pars nervosa, posterior lobe, is known as posterior pituitary or neurohypophysis. Now hypophyseal portal system. In this system you have to remember these 3 points. The vein is hypophyseal portal vein. It collects blood from hypothalamus and it supplies this blood to anterior pituitary, which is adenohypophysis. Now hormones secreted by adenohypophysis. These are 7 hormones which are secreted by adenohypophysis. Growth hormone, ACTH or adrenocorticotropic hormone, TSH thyroid stimulating hormone, FSH follicle stimulating hormone, LH luteinizing hormone, prolactin and melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH. So growth hormone. First of all, it is also known as somatotropin. It is more effective in the presence of thyroxine and it is a diabetogenic hormone. Functions of growth hormone. It promotes growth and it has effects on metabolism. Now how it promotes growth? Elongation of bones, growth of muscles and cartilage, and promotes cell division, mitosis. And how it affects metabolism? It increases lipolysis, which is breakdown of lipids, decreased glucose uptake by cells, and protein synthesis, increases protein synthesis. Next is thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. TSH is secreted by pituitary gland, but it is the stimulation for secretion of this hormone is due to TRH. TRH is secreted by hypothalamus, which is thyrotropin releasing hormone. TRH acts on pituitary gland to release TSH and TSH acts on thyroid gland to release thyroxine. And TSH also helps in synthesis of some other hormones of thyroid gland. Next is ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. This hormone acts on adrenal cortex of adrenal gland to release glucocorticoids and cortisol is the main glucocorticoid. Follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. It is present in both males and females. It stimulates spermatogenesis in males and oogenesis in females. Development of Graafian follicle and secretion of estrogen is also controlled by this hormone. Luteinizing hormone, LH. It stimulates ovulation in females and controls the progesterone secretion. In males it is known as ICSH, which is interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Interstitial cells are also known as Leydig cells. And these Leydig cells secrete testosterone. So, as the name suggests, interstitial cell stimulating hormones means this hormones acts on the Leydig cells to secrete testosterone. Now, what are gonadotropic hormones? LH and FSH are known as gonadotropic hormone. The secretion of these hormones starts during puberty, and the secretion of these hormones is regulated by hypothalamus. Next hormone is prolactin. It is also known as LTH or PRL. It is responsible for lactation. milk formation hormone, milk production hormone, milk secretion hormone. as these points suggest the function of these hormones. MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. First of all, you need to remember this name, intermedin. This hormone is also known as intermedin, and it stimulates the melanocytes to synthesize melanin pigment. And this hormone darkens the skin by melanin distribution, and opposite to it is melatonin hormone, which fairs the skin. Now neurohypophysis, which is the posterior pituitary. Posterior pituitary secretes two hormones, ADH and oxytocin. I have discussed these two hormones in my previous video on hypothalamus. Now these hormones are synthesized in supraoptic and paraventricular nucleus of hypothalamus. So basically these two hormones are synthesized in hypothalamus, but they are secreted by posterior pituitary. What are Herring bodies? Herring bodies are found in hypothalamus. What are those? These are the terminal end of axons which get swollen, and these axons are of neurosecretory cells. So the axons of neurosecretory cells get swollen, the terminal end of axons get swollen, and these swollen ends are known as Herring bodies. Now hormones synthesized by hypothalamus are released in Herring bodies. So basically you have to remember this term. Now disorders due to GH. There are 4 disorders due to growth hormone. First is due to hyposecretion. Due to hyposecretion, in child it is dwarfism, in adults it is ateliosis. And due to hypersecretion, there is in childhood it is gigantism, and in adults it is acromegaly. Now we will discuss these diseases in detail. So what is dwarfism? Dwarfism, as I told you, is in childhood or adolescence, and it is due to hyposecretion of growth hormone. Means there is less secretion of growth hormone. So what are the characteristics of this disease? There is short stature, stunted growth, retarded growth, and this disease is also known as pituitary dwarfism, and there is no mental retardation in this disease. Only the body is affected, but there is no mental retardation, there is physical retardation. Gigantism, it also occurs in childhood, and it is due to hypersecretion of growth hormone. As the name suggests, there is abnormal growth of bones. Increased height is the main characteristic, and increased height and stature is the main characteristic of this disease. Acromegaly, this disease is in adults due to hypersecretion of growth hormone. In this disease there is disfigurement of body, severe disfigurement on body. And how this disfigurement occurs? Enlargement of bones of face, bones of forelimbs, vertebral column. So these bones enlarges. This leads to serious complication and can lead to premature death if unchecked. Now there are some confusing terms between anterior pituitary and anterior lobe. So basically I made this slide so to avoid this confusion. Anterior pituitary is adenohypophysis, posterior pituitary is neurohypophysis, anterior lobe is pars distalis, posterior lobe is pars nervosa, middle lobe is pars intermedia. Anterior pituitary, that is adenohypophysis, includes anterior lobe and middle lobe, and posterior pituitary, which is neurohypophysis, includes posterior lobe and infundibulum. Now here are some basic facts which you should know about pituitary gland. It is also known as hypophysis cerebri and master gland, and master of master gland is hypothalamus. Now pituitary gland is under control of hypothalamus. That's why hypothalamus is known as master of master gland. All the hormones secreted by pituitary gland are proteins. Growth hormone, MSH and ACTH are peptides, and LH, FSH, TSH are glycoproteins. Glycoproteins are a type of proteins. Now synergistic hormones. These hormones complement each other, means favor each other. For example, growth hormone and insulin, growth hormone and thyroxine, insulin and thyroxine, estrogen and progesterone, LH and FSH. Now antagonistic hormones, what are those? These hormones oppose each other. Insulin and glucagon, calcitonin and parathyroid hormone, MSH and melatonin. These are the basic 3 examples. So this was all about pituitary gland. If you like the content, like my video, subscribe my channel, and then comment in the comment section for more videos. Thank you.